We are under the lights as the show gets you ready for another edition of Major League Baseball. A good matchup here for you tonight between the Miami Marlins and the Chicago Cubs. It's Cubs baseball on the show. Next. Kyle Hendricks gets the call for game one of the series. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, we look a lot at numbers from starting pitchers, walks to innings pitched, but one of the key stats I look for is whip. And he has a sub 1.30 whip coming into this start, which tells me he throws strikes. He's not afraid to get the ball in the strike zone. It'll be interesting to see if he can string together some real quality innings in this one.
Stepping up to the plate, Jonathan Villar. And we are set for baseball here this evening. Just gets a piece of it, strike one.
First pitch, 7:07.
Down the first baseline, and this goes right through him. And how about that to start a game?
Batting second, the shortstop, Miguel Rojas.
To the plate now, Miguel Rojas. He grounds it sharply to third. There's Descalso on to Rizzo at first, and they get them both.
Batting third.
With that, a look at the batting order for the Marlins. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, definitely watch out for Corey Dickerson. He's been a catalyst for this team in the last 10 games and in so many different ways. But looking at the one number I'm looking at, a 450 on base percentage, when you have that and you have the type of abilities that he has, you're awfully dangerous.
At the plate, Corey Dickerson. As he'll take a changeup here for strike one. Well, guys, as we look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, they come in trying to bounce back from a loss last time out, but they've been in good form lately, 5-2 over their last 7.
Yeah, Matty, I know they lost their last game, but you know as well as I do, in this sport, you have to have short-term memory. You have to let it go. They can get it going back in the right direction today.
Baez has it. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Marlins down quietly. Now the Cubbies will get their first crack. No score. Hal Newhouser, a Michigan-born lefty, gets the starting job here. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, Matty V, this ought to be exciting. This is one of the top young pitchers in the game right now. He keeps getting better. He keeps learning. And if he continues at this pace, this guy has a chance to be one of the more reliable pitchers in the game.
Now at the plate, Kyle Schwarber. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Guys, this Marlins ball club, as they begin play here tonight, they come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
Yeah, Matty, this road trip's been a little bit of a struggle for this team. First 4 games, they find themselves 1-3, haven't played particularly well. They'll find a way to regroup. They have to find a way to play a little bit more fundamentally sound. Start there first.
Joyce will call this one as he comes in to put it away for the first out.
Batting second.
And a chance now from the north side of Chicago to check out the Cubs starting lineup. Mark, what's your take on him against one of the best starters in the game?
Yeah, Matty, this team has been putting up a lot of runs lately from top to bottom, just swinging the bat super nice, pass the baton mentality. Guys not trying to do too much, trusting in the teammates behind them.
Digging in next will be Chris Bryant, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Newhouser has over 40 innings on his line so far, and over those innings he's worked to a whip of just a little over 1.3, so he's a reliable arm in terms of limiting traffic on the base paths. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
I get it. He wants to see this guy's repertoire, but now he's behind in the count. Puts himself in a tough spot to hit.
Checked his swing there. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. Ball 1. The 1-2. Time for a look at the umpires working this one. Behind the plate is Darryl Parker.
Well, Dero, Darryl Parker behind the dish, and you never really know what you're going to get from this guy.
Yeah, sometimes, and I'd hate to be mean and say he flips a coin back there because that's not the case. But as an offensive player, you have to find a consistent zone. You just can't.
Joyce is there, 2 gone.
Batting third, the first baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that brings in Anthony Rizzo. Outfield shaded toward right center. Here's the first pitch.
Well, if you could throw it for a strike consistently, a first pitch changeup is effective. Hitters are almost never looking for it.
1-1 the count to the Cubs first baseman. 2 out, nobody on. And this is low, ball 2. 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Javier Baez would be next if they can keep this inning alive. And a good job there to lay off. It's ball 4 as he becomes their first base runner of the ball game now with 2 away.
Batting fourth, not shortstop, Javier.
So it's a runner at first with 2 gone, and with it comes Javi Baez to the plate. He's set, and the pitch.
That was a pretty good fastball after he walked the hitter previous. There was a little angry on that heater.
Popped him up. Alfaro over to his left. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Nothing in the Cubby first. On to the second now from Wrigley with no score. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Jesus Aguilar. And he's a guy who's been absolutely terrific over the last couple of series. Really swinging it well. First pitch coming. Here it is. Hendricks has compiled over 65 innings of work, and in that time he's compiled a whip under 1.3. Translation, he's better than league average in that category. 1-1 now the count to the Marlins first baseman. 2-1.
I don't blame him for not coming over the heart of the plate. He circled this guy on the lineup card when he got to the yard today. He's been swinging one of the hotter bats in the game.
3-1 to him now. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
Hey, it looks like this guy's going to work in the upper part of the strike zone. It'll be interesting to see if this lineup can adjust to the way he pitches.
Hits it high and deep out to center field. Into the basket, and it's gone. So it's a solo shot to dead center, number 13 for him on the year, as the Marlins will take a 1-0 lead.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in a game.
Into the box now, Brian Anderson. Now a little pop-up off toward the first base side. Under it is Rizzo. 1 away.
So here's how the Chicago Cubs are positioned defensively. Let's take a look at catcher Wilson Contreras. This guy's got one of the best arms in the game. Think Gary Sanchez, but in the National League. Nobody wants to attempt stealing bags on this guy, and brings a powerful bat to the lineup.
So now to the plate, Jorge Alfaro. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball one. 276 the average coming in for him. 4 home runs, and he's driven in 24. Now a good pitch on the inside part of the plate ties him up, and it's 1-1.
Not much you can do with that one. Tied him up in knots.
Here's the 1-1 delivery.
Nope.
Shot to third. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Well, that's not a bad pitch right there. That's a pretty good sinker. He just happens to hook that one right into left field for a base hit.
Yeah, he got the bat head out right there, Dan, and was able to get that one to left field.
Here's Matt Joyce now, as he'll take a look at ball one. He'll enter play here with an average just over 250, 7 homers, and an even 20 RBIs. And that's into the corner, a foul ball and right. Alfaro stands at first with 1 out. The ballman 2 strikes.
Not the ideal location for a changeup up in the zone, but he got away with it.
Still 1-2. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. But he'll barely have to move out there in right as he hauls this one in for the 2nd out.
Batting it, the right fielder.
Stepping up now, John Birdie. He'll get to take his first cuts here. A swing and a ground ball to third. Hit to first. But that finds its way through for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Nice execution right there. Ball was down below the knees. He stayed through it and was able to drive it for a base hit.
Into the box, Hal Newhouser. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Hayward is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. Marlins are on the board first thanks to the solo home run. On to the bottom of inning number 2. It's now 1-0 Miami. Last half of the second set to go, and next will be the power hitting catcher, Wilson Contreras. He's ready. Here's the first offering. There's a changeup taken, but it finds the zone on the inside. Fouled off. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
Boy, there's nothing better from a pitcher standpoint than watching that high fastball, a high piece of cheese, swung at and missed. That pitch looks so inviting to hit, but it's awfully tough to put in play.
Coming to the plate now, Jason Hayward, as we take a look at the splits between April and May. Not close with the off-speed pitch taken for a ball. And this is a fastball that's right on the black but ruled a ball. It's 2-0 now. And it's 2 balls and no strikes to Jason Hayward. Up and in. Big danger now. It's 3-0. 3-1 now.
I got 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike.
And he misses here for ball 4. Already 2 walks surrendered in his first couple of innings of work.
We knew coming into this game that this guy has a tendency to give up a lot of free passes, and history repeats itself as he's already given up 2 walks here. I'll tell you, effectively wild is a pretty tough thing to be.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Albert Almora is at the plate as he takes a cold strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. Skied into straightaway right. Birdie is back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are 2 gone.
Batting it, the second baseman, Daniel.
So a runner at first with 2 away, and that'll bring up the ever versatile Daniel Descalso. He's set. Here it comes, and it's fouled away. 2 out with the man at first.
Ball 1.
Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1. Has a look. Now the pitch. Can't find the zone there as he lays off the breaking ball. Now the 2-1 is taken for strike 2. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Cubs strand 1. They're down 1-0. Top of the 3rd set to get underway, and standing in as the switch hitting second baseman, Jonathan Villar. Up and away to start the inning. It's 1-0.
Hey, struggling to find the release point of that curveball. That wasn't a very good one. Somehow he's just got to find that feel, because that's a pitch he's going to need going forward.
That evens it up 1-1. Now here's the pitch. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Schwarber is there, and he'll bring this one in. And with that, we give you a look here at what's happening in the race in the National League Central. Into the box now, Miguel Rojas. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Flips the corner of the zone with the sinker for a strike. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Push softly over toward the right side, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Now back, left fielder, Corey Dickerson.
At the plate, Corey Dickerson. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Lays off 1-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Count even now at 1-1.
Lucky he got a piece right there. He was definitely late on that pitch after seeing a previous off-speed pitch.
Now a curveball's in there. 1-2 now.
Count is 1-2.
Now a check swing, but that's in there for strike 3 anyway, and the inning is over. Miami down in order, but they're on top 1-0. Leading off the inning, Kyle Hendricks, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Kyle Hendricks.
Here it comes.
Ball upstairs.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Lifted in the air out towards left center. After it is Dickerson. And that's the first hit in this one for the Cubbies.
Hey, this is perfect storm right here. This is how big innings start. You put a crooked number up on the board when the pitcher leads off an inning with a huge knock.
Stepping in now, Kyle Schwarber, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. 0 for 1 here in the early going. One and one to Schwarber.
Hey, I don't mind that batter taking that strike right there. He's walked a couple people early in this game. Got to find out if he can find the zone. If he wants to walk them all in, we'll take it.
And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Birdie is there, and there's one away.
The batter, the third baseman, Bryant.
So in now for Chicago, Chris Bryant. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
Hey, he threw that pitch with a purpose to get a double play. Good job to let it go by, though, as a hitter.
Fly ball out to straightaway right field. Birdie is there, and he makes the catch for the out.
The first baseman, number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. He drew a base on balls his first time up. Has a look, now the pitch. Oh, and this ball is absolutely blasted. High and deep. Into the bleachers and gone. A two-run shot off the bat of Anthony Rizzo. Number 21 for him on the season. And the Cubs move out ahead 2-1.
Oh, that swing has to feel good right there. If you look at the numbers, this guy does not give up many long balls. To take him deep in this spot certainly is huge.
And that brings up Javi Baez as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. 2 out, nobody on. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
Hey, not a good spot to be, down 2-0. This guy has some serious pop at the plate. I'm expecting a big hack here.
2 balls and a strike to Javi Baez.
I love that pitch right there. An aggressive fastball that catches the corner. The hitter knew it was coming and still couldn't do anything with it.
Strike 2 as the fastball is let go. And he comes back with a fastball. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. 2 for the Cubs in the inning on the strength of this 2-run home run. We played 3 full. It's now 2-1 Chicago. Coming to the plate now, Jesus Aguilar. And he's off to a hot start in this one. Homered his first time around.
Boy, this guy right here in that last AB, how about straightaway center field? He hits a bomb, and as a pitcher, you're trying to pitch to the big part of the ballpark, but a guy like this, if he has pop to hit it out to center field, I might have to think pitching this guy down and away down on the corner.
Aguilar is a highly regarded defender, especially as corner infielders go. Some guys at first or third are there because they can hit, but he takes a lot of pride in his defense, and as a result, it's definitely not uncommon for him to make an impact on the game with his glove. Now the 1-1 pitch. Popped him up. Rizzo in foul ground. He's got it one away.
Now batting, third baseman, Brian Anderson.
So one away here with the bases empty, and that'll bring up the outfielder Brian Anderson. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Slapped hard the opposite way. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield. And this one bounds around against the wall. And he'll reach second now with one away.
And this might be the kind of AB that gets him out of that slump. Smart hitting here, just going with the pitch, using the whole field instead of trying to do too much. The results speak for themselves.
Standing in now, Jorge Alfaro hit pretty well out to deep left field. Racing back the left fielder, and they take the lead. It's gone. It's a two-run shot to straightaway left. Home run number 5 on the year as the Marlins move out in front now 3-2.
Hey, I know we're not sitting up here with a crystal ball, but that swing right there, although in the middle innings, could be the deciding factor. And we could be looking back at this one when it's all said and done.
In now, Matt Joyce. As he'll watch a first pitch curveball drop in there for strike one. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1. Joyce is 6'2" and bats left, but throws right-handed. He was a 12th round selection back in 2005.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him.
Here's Descalzo at second, and the off-balance throw beats him at first, and that's a tough play.
And this is not an easy play when you have to range to your right. He really didn't have a chance to get his feet set, so this is all arm. Nicely done.
Into the box now, John Birdie. He reached on a single in his first try. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone. Slow roller out to short. Knee high, he barehands it. He is out. But 2 in the inning for the Marlins thanks to the 2-run home run. Bottom of the 4th coming up, and Miami has taken a 3-2 lead. Next to hit will be Wilson Contreras. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
The catcher, Wilson.
First pitch on its way. Popped him up. Aguilar waits on it. 1 away.
Every pitcher loves to get quick outs, right? How about that? 1 pitch, 1 out, a pop-up to start the inning.
First offering on its way. And he fouls this one off. Dangerous curveball that time, but laid off as it drops into the top of the zone.
He's attacking this hitter a lot more aggressively than he did the first time when he faced him and issued a walk. Coming right after him here.
And you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2.
It's not that easy to make a good hitter look that bad, but that's what happens when you can bring that fastball and ride it in on the inner half of the plate right there. You can get some pretty ugly swings.
Hit to short. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. Still a 3-2 ball game. All ready to go in the top of the 5th, and set to stand in as the veteran pitcher, Hal Newhouser. High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball 1. Grounder down the line at third, but a foul ball, 1-1.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch, wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2.
You certainly know he's not trying to work around the pitcher, but sometimes the hardest thing to do is to throw a strike to a guy that you know won't swing the bat.
Ground ball sent back up the middle, and that is through into center. A base hit, and the opposing pitcher gets aboard to kick off the inning.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball is going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
At the plate, Jonathan Villar, as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike. He's 1 for 2 in this one. 1-1 to the Marlins leadoff hitter.
1-1.
You can really tell about how effective this guy's going to be when guys are swinging at that changeup. So far in this one, they've been real smart to let it go.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Jonathan Villar. Fifth inning of play here in a 3-2 ball game. Still 2-2. Working for the punch out and the offering, and a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
That was a good job tying him up inside on that strikeout pitch. It wasn't even in the strike zone, but with the hitter protecting with 2 strikes, that's the kind of pitch you can get him to offer at, and he's probably not going to do much with it when he does make contact.
So now to the plate, Miguel Rojas. Ball 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Pitch is popped up. Descalso is there for it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Now back.
Ready once again, Corey Dickerson. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0. Line drive to center field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Marlins leave 1. They're up 3-2. Welcome back to the north side of Chicago. Back here at Wrigley Field as we check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And he told me the quality of their swings needs to improve as the game moves forward. They're struggling to drive the baseball into the gaps right now, as only 1 of their hits has been for extra bases. That makes it pretty tough to generate runs, but he said it's up to everyone in the lineup to make the necessary adjustments. It hasn't gone their way to this point, but that shouldn't mean they can't put together some great swings the rest of the way.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks.
The second baseman, Daniel.
First pitch of the at-bat. Daniel Descalso stands in as he looks at ball 1 here. Descalso, a California-born ball player. He was selected in the 3rd round back in the draft of 2007.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on a superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has, nice pick.
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1.
Count is 2-1. That's ball 3.
You can bet they love ball 4 here. That gives the pitcher on deck an obvious bunt situation to move the runner into scoring position.
The 3-1. Shoots this one over to first. Right to him. And he'll step on first for the out, 3 unassisted.
Now batting, the pitcher, Kyle Hendricks.
Now batting, Kyle Hendricks. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one.
Yeah, he showed like a little prowess with the bat right there, Dan. I'd be surprised if they don't attack him a little bit more carefully this AB.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. The windup and the 0-1. Grounded up the first baseline, but this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Cubs pitcher at the plate trailing with a 1-2 count.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
Count still at 1-2. The pitch. And that's high for a ball. It's 2-2. One out, nobody on. Started to go. Did he hold up in time? Yes, says the first base umpire. It's ball 3 now. And he lays off here. It's ball 4. And that is really cause for concern as he's just walked the opposing pitcher.
That was a great battle right there. He tried to get him to chase, but he laid off some really tough pitches and got a walk. Got to tip the cap to the batter that time.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Kyle Schwarber. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out. Oh, and 1 count and the pitch. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Hey, you know the pitcher right now, he's looking for that best friend, that double play ball. This is where you have to really be disciplined at the plate and make sure that you get a pitch that's above the knees that you can get in the air.
A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2. From the belt, kicks and deals. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
Fooled him just enough with that pitch to get him to go around, according to the umpire. Sometimes it can be really tough for these big, strong guys because once they're committed to swinging, it's hard for them to slow their swings down, and that appeared to be the case there.
From the stretch, this is hit high in the air out toward left center. Joyce will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. 1 left for the Cubs. They're down 3-2. Top half of the 6th about to get started, and up next will be the power-hitting first baseman, Big Jesus Aguilar. And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1. 1-0 pitch is a curveball. That looked good from here, but it's 2-0.
2-0 to a guy with this kind of pop, you better be awfully careful because he's going to be swinging out of his shoes.
2-1 now. Now the pitch. Oh, this ball is hammered out to deep center field. And bye-bye, that one's gone into the bleachers. So it's a solo shot to dead center, his 2nd home run of the game, and it stakes the Marlins to a 4-2 lead.
Now batting,
Into the box now, Brian Anderson.
Anderson.
As he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball one. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Looked like the curveball slipped out that time.
Lots of hits given up, but so far no walks. At least he's making them work to get on base. Problem is, they haven't had to work too hard.
Too tight with that one. 3-0. And a good comeback there. It's 3-1. Four runs, 8 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. There's ball 4.
Man, the pitcher's wondering how he didn't get that call. Busted him inside on a 3-1 count. The ump thought it was just a tad off the plate. Tough to get the benefit of the doubt from the umpire when you fall behind in a count like that, though.
Jorge Alfaro will stand in again as we flash you back here to the 4th inning. This was a 2-run home run that was definitely one of the big blows of the ball game to this point. 1-0 pitch on the way. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. High fly ball out to straightaway center. On the run is Almora. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning.
The center fielder, number 7, Matt Joyce.
Ready for another shot now. Matt Joyce. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. And he lays off there. 1-0. Runners on first with 1 down. Looks at a sinker there that drops in 1-1. And great extension as he drives this one high in the air and deep the other way. But he will haul this in on the run as he had to go back to the warning track to do it. And there are 2 away.
Now batting, the right fielder, John Birdie.
In now, John Birdie. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far. And a ball. 1-0.
You got to love that as a hitter right there. It doesn't happen much, but when it does, you have to find a way to take advantage of the count.
A runner on first with 2 away. 2 balls and a strike.
Gutsy pitch right there. 2-0 changeup for a strike. Good call by the catcher. Great execution by the pitcher.
The 2-1 home is a sinker that misses for a ball.
You know, I kind of see why his ERA is so high coming into this one. He's just putting these guys in too many good hitters counts. That'll catch up with you real quick.
Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first.
Good spot for an RBI. Put the ball in play with the runner in motion. He could score all the way from first.
The 3-2 pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Left fielder giving chase. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. 1 for the Marlins on the solo shot. Bottom of the 6th coming up, and the Fish have taken a 4-2 lead. And that'll bring Anthony Rizzo to the plate. We'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if
the first pitch is hit pretty well out to right. A ball that's carrying. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
this guy's not wasting any time, right? Gets a first pitch fastball, and he flies out deep on the first pitch of the inning.
Now to the plate, Javier Baez. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. First offering on its way. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Every ball club has that spark plug guy, and this is the guy right here. He usually ignites a lot of productive innings.
And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you normally pop right up.
And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes, he did. It's ruled a strike. We're in the 6th inning now of a 4-2 ball game. Skied into very shallow right. Birdie will come in a bit and put it away for the 2nd out of the inning.
The catcher, number 40, Wilson Contreras.
So now with 2 out and the bases empty, it's Wilson Contreras. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Line towards center field. Joyce is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. Cubs are down in order. They trail it here 4-2. Stepping in, Hal Newhouser. He'll start things out against Kyle Hendricks as we get the inning underway. Cold strike at the letters, 0-1. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control, 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Sharp ground ball to third. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
The batter, number 2.
Digging in, the switch hitter, Jonathan Villar. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. 1-0 the count. Now here's the pitch. And this is drifting foul back into the stands. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
Into the box, Miguel Rojas, as he'll take strike 1 on the inside corner. 7th inning here at the ballpark, 4-2 our score. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. The 1-2. Line towards center field. And he'll break through with a solid knock here, his first of the ball game. And that means that Corey Dickerson will bat with 2 out.
The left fielder,
Digging in, Corey Dickerson hit the ball pretty well in his last at bat, but it resulted in a line out. 0-1 the count. Lays off the sinker here, a ball and a strike. 2 out with the man at first. Hit back up the middle. And that gets through, so he'll have his first base hit, make him 1 for 4 in the game now.
The pitcher got the result he was looking for. Change up down in his zone, gets him to hit it on the ground, but obviously the result wasn't what he wanted.
So striding forward now, Jesus Aguilar. And it seems like maybe they're starting to get to the guy on the mound a bit now.
Yeah, that could be a sign that he's starting to wear down a little bit, Matt. The first thing to go when you're getting tired is usually your command. So even if you're throwing strikes, they might be a little bit more hittable than they were earlier in the game.
All right, something to keep an eye on if he remains in the game much longer.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
Throws it on strike 3 for the final out of the inning. Marlins strand a pair as they can't add to their 4-2 lead.